It's the 26th. Not the 1st, not the 15th. The 26th. That specific day when your brain starts doing the math without you asking. You open the banking app. You already know the number. You check anyway. 312 gas, groceries, maybe one unexpected thing. 4 days left. You close it. Open it again 30 seconds later like the number might have changed. It hasn't. You have been here before. Of course you have. Last month it was $278. The month before, $391, the number shifts slightly. The feeling never does. Payday arrives. For about 11 minutes, everything feels different. The number goes up. You breathe. You pay what's due. You tell yourself this month will be different. You might even believe it. Then it starts again. Rent, car, phone, subscriptions you forgot about until the notification hit. The lunch that felt like nothing. The $8 thing you bought because you were tired and $8 felt harmless. The birthday. The thing that broke. The other thing. And by the 26th, you are back here, checking the number, calculating the days, running the math on what you can push, what you can delay, what you can pretend isn't urgent yet. Most people think paycheck to paycheck is a spending problem. Buy less coffee, cook at home, cancel subscriptions. And yes, those things matter, but they are not the engine running this cycle. This is not about discipline. Millions of people locked in this loop are working full time. Some earn good money. The cycle doesn't care. The engine is something older and quieter than any budget. Think about your income over the last 3 years. It went up, didn't it? Maybe a raise, a better job, a promotion. The number on your paycheck today is higher than it was in 2022. So why does the end of the month feel exactly the same? Because your lifestyle moved with your income. Automatically, silently, without you making a single conscious decision to let it. In 2022, you drove a car with a $282 monthly payment. Now it's $410s. In 2022, your apartment cost $950. Now it's $1,200 because you finally felt stable enough to upgrade. In 2022, you cooked most nights. Now you order out 3 times a week because you can afford it and you've earned it and you're tired. None of those choices were reckless. Every single one made sense in the moment. Together, they consumed every dollar your raise ever produced. Economists call this lifestyle inflation, but that word makes it sound like a decision. It isn't, it's a default. Your brain is wired to normalize whatever income level you're at and immediately find ways to fill it. Not because you're careless, because comfort expands to meet available resources. That is just what humans do, and there is something worse underneath it. The paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is self-reinforcing. Here is how it works. When you have no financial cushion, every small emergency becomes a crisis. A $400 car repair, a $180 doctor visit, a week where the tires finally gave out. Each one sends you negative. To recover, you cut back the following month, which creates stress, which makes you spend slightly more on comfort to cope, which leaves you with $312s on the 26th again. The trap doesn't just repeat, it tightens. Research from Princeton found that financial scarcity literally reduces cognitive bandwidth. When people are worried about money, their effective IQ drops by a measurable margin. They make worse decisions. They think shorter term, not because they are less intelligent, because the brain is using everything it has to manage the immediate problem and has nothing left for anything longer than next week. This is why willpower alone never fixes it. The cycle doesn't just drain your account. It quietly drains the mental space you would need to escape it. Here is what this costs over time. Not in stress, in actual money. If you are 28 years old and you break the cycle, not get rich, just stop the cycle and redirect $400 a month into a basic index fund. You will have over $1.1 million by the time you are 60. That is not a fantasy. That is 7% average annual returns on $400 a month across 32 years. The math is not complicated. The execution is what the cycle makes nearly impossible. The paycheck to paycheck loop doesn't just cost you $312 at the end of the month. Across a lifetime, it costs you $1.1 million. And the worst part is that $400 was always there. It did not disappear. It just kept getting absorbed before it could become anything. Now look at the people who escape this cycle. They are not usually earning dramatically more than you. They are not more disciplined in any heroic sense. They do not have some rare financial insight most people are missing. They made one structural change. They decided that the first transaction after every paycheck would not go to rent, or food, or any bill. It would go to themselves. A fixed amount, automatic, moved, before the rest of the month had a chance to absorb it. That single shift, not a budget, not a spending freeze, not a side hustle, is what separates the people who compound wealth slowly over time from the people who end every month at 312. The moment your paycheck lands, before rent, before food, before anything, and some amount leaves automatically, not what's left over. What comes first? 100, 200, whatever the number is right now. It moves before your brain registers the income as available, before the lifestyle can absorb it, before the 26th can claim it. That one structural change breaks the cycle. Not because $200 is life-changing money on its own, because it forces your brain to build a life around what remains, rather than spend everything that arrives and wonder where it went. The first month is uncomfortable, the second month less so. By month 4, you have largely stopped noticing, because your lifestyle adjusts downward to fit the smaller, available amount, the same way it adjusted, upward every time your income grew. The same mechanism that built the trap becomes the mechanism that dismantles it. You do not need to earn more money to escape paycheck to paycheck. You do not need to find the perfect budget or cut every pleasure out of your life. You need the money to move in a different order. That is the entire solution. It is the 26th. You check your account. The number is what it always is this time of month. But in another account, one set to move, automatically the day after payday, there is a quieter number. A slower one that compounds while the cycle keeps running. The trap does not vanish overnight, but for the first time, something is working against it.